And we're live. Welcome to the Entrefluential Life podcast. I'm your host, John Tanner.
And I am your co-host, Sebastian Tanner.
So welcome to this Sunday edition. This is the first time we're actually doing a Sunday edition of the podcast. And Sebastian and I were talking and thinking that it would be great for us to go ahead and get started with doing the show on Sundays at the beginning of the week so that it could give you physical, mental, and spiritual wellness advice that you could carry throughout the whole week, as opposed to doing it on Tuesday. So we'll see how this goes and see how it resonates with everybody. We hope you'll enjoy it on Sunday. And if not, we can always go back to Tuesday. But I think this is going to be a better deal for everybody. It's more useful, I think. Sebastian, what do you think?
I would agree. I think also people are most chances they have the weekend off, at least on Sunday. Sometimes if you work Saturday, but typically Saturday, Sunday they have it off, depending on what job they're currently at. So I
Yeah.
would say I thought it was a great idea for us to be able to utilize not only my day off, because I get a day off, you get the day off. Typically, sometimes during the week, it makes it a little bit more difficult for us to produce better content if I have to do the podcast from the gym or something like that, or maybe I might be at work I might get a job that's like a late call, and then I could be working for a while, and I might not be able to make it for the show.
Mhm.
Usually I'm off pretty early, but just I don't like the chance that I might not be able to make it. So I thought it was a great idea to utilize our day off. And then also, like going further than that, most people that would be watching the show, they're probably off today. And I
Yeah.
think the motivation that you could get from the podcast, from the stuff that we talk about, I think it's a great idea. It was inadvertently like, okay, maybe with us doing it on Sunday, like you said, it's probably going to give them fuel to start their week with a bang, to give them motivation for their week, rather than just doing it on Tuesday. And now it's like, okay, Sunday is usually the day that people are dreading going back to the work week on Monday. They're
Yeah, I
enjoying
know
the
I am.
Saturday.
I'm like,
It's
where's the
like
weekend go? It's already over.
oh my gosh, today went by so fast too.
I mean, I've been
But
working the whole weekend, so like it's just shoot super fast.
nonstop,
Yep.
nonstop. So most cases, people are dreading going back to that normal schedule when
Yeah.
Monday hits, and so instead
Yep.
of going into it with that energy, going into the new week with the negative energy, like oh, I'm not excited for this. Maybe
Yeah.
you watch the show and you're like, okay, now they
I'm
just give me
charged
some
up.
motivation. They just charge me up. They just pump me up to go and attack my week instead of
Yeah.
being reactive to it.
Right.
So I think it's a great idea to have it on Sunday. It was like trying to make it more convenient. That way I can be on the schedule more consistently without having to worry about work and whatnot. Or maybe I'm at the gym and you guys are hearing too much of that background noise, and that's not
are
fair for the viewers.
are
Because
you
like
at the gym
that.
right now?
No, I'm at home.
Oh, okay.
So
This
Sundays, like it's typically a day of rest. If not, like we went into cardio and core training earlier, so that was super early in the day. During the week, it's tough because like we both work during the daytime, and then we usually get off around the same time.
yeah.
Sometimes I'm off like an hour or two after her, and then that's our time for the gym.
Okay.
So um,
There's some
generally,
feedback coming back from your microphone. I think maybe it's because you have your speaker phones on or something like that. Maybe
um,
do you have two speakers on or two microphones on?
I have both of my headphones in.
But they're
Maybe I
wireless
could take.
headphones.
Yeah, they're wireless. Maybe I take one out and we'll see how that goes.
I don't know if that would be it.
Okay. Does it sound any different?
But yeah, I don't hear the feedback ringing right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's better now?
I don't know. Not really. Actually, I think I just heard it again. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just go. We'll see how it
I don't know.
goes.
Maybe it's the blow dryer. She's in the bathroom right now doing hair
Oh,
routine.
maybe that's what it was.
I
I
think
just
it's
heard
the blow.
something.
I think these headphones actually might be too much good compared too much better than the other ones.
Are you wired or wireless?
They're wireless.
They're wireless headphones,
Yeah,
and they have the microphone built into them.
they have the microphone built into them.
Oh, okay. Are they iPhone?
No,
Apple
they're
again?
they're JBL. They're not the AirPods.
Oh, they're JBL. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's like I had AirPods before.
Yeah.
Then something happened where, okay, so I lost them, but let's not, that's that's not.
Hey, don't beat around the bush here, buddy.
Like that's not the important factor though. The thing is
Dude,
like I
I'm your
always get
dad. I'm
around to
not
get new
like you're not gonna
ones.
get grounded.
The thing was with those AirPods is that they were reaching the end of their lifetime. They were getting like the quality wasn't so good. They weren't that loud. I was gonna have to get new ones eventually, and then somehow I lost one of them, and then I don't know what happened to the other one. So I'm not too sure what happened. But anyways, and then I got these like $20 Tizumi headphones or whatever. I have those accessible to me right now too. So if I need to put those back on, if it'll make the sound quality better, I can. But yeah. So that's what I've been using, and so I
I
used put these JBLs on. These were like a lot better. I tested them on the gym today. The quality of them, like the audio, the bass, the sound quality when I'm on the phone, it's a
yeah.
huge difference.
Yeah, but I think we both need to get the lapel mics because then it picks us up a lot more clearly and then not the background noise.
Yeah.
So we do need to get those lapel mics. That's what we got. That's our next step.
I think getting those lapel mics is probably going to be the best option.
Yeah. Are you outside now? Did you go outside?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to my headphones. It disconnected. Yeah, I had to go outside because our family members over here got home, so
Yeah.
it's
All right.
going to be a
Well.
lot of noise in there now.
All right. Well, I hope it's not cold out there, man.
It's it is.
What's the temperature up there?
Gosh, let me see right now. It looks like okay,
I'm
it's
gonna.
44. It doesn't really feel 44.
Oh, really? It's 44, but it feels like what? 34, 24?
No, I would say it feels like a nice 50 right now, probably like
Oh, okay.
55. It feels a little bit better. It's
All
not
right.
that
Well,
bad.
sorry that we got you outside. I mean, listen, we can take the noise if you need to go back in, okay?
Okay. Um, Man, I'm not sure what's going on with these headphones now. I'm trying to.
You sound good.
I guess they're connected. Okay, there we go. Now they're connected again. I don't know what
Yeah,
happened. I
that
guess
sounds
I shut
better.
it off somehow. It sounds better
Oh,
now?
okay. Yeah, you sound good.
Okay, great. But yeah, basically, we hope that you guys enjoy having us on Sunday nowadays. It's going to be good fuel to start off your week. That
Yep.
way, you can start it off the right way and not dreading the week. You're going to be ready to attack the week, and you feel prepared for it. You got a nice boost of some motivation, some positivity. There's not a lot of that going out right now, so I think it's going to be a good change, and the viewers will let us know as well. So we'll see. We'll find out.
All right. Well, with that, let's go ahead and dive into the physical tip of the day.
Absolutely. So just like the previous workouts, we have another themed workout. This one is a Superman themed, and it's by the same creator, Nyla Ray.
Okay, let me
It
pull
looks
it up.
like, yeah, let's do that. That way they can see everything that we're talking about.
Yeah. I need to open up my email real quick.
Of course.
You'll bear with me, and then I'll do a screen share.
I'm actually going to grab a coat while you do that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, got it up.
Excellent. So it's going to be another basically multiple cluster, like a cluster of exercises. You're going to be doing
These are HIIT workouts, right?
This is basically a HIIT workout. Yeah, it's high intensity training. and you don't get any rest in between each exercise. After you complete the full 9 exercises, that's one set, then you can get a rest. So this one is called the Superman workout. It, I mean, it says 10 sets. So she wants you to do these 9 exercises 10 times.
That's insane, right?
The name is really fitting. This is definitely like 10 sets of this is definitely a Superman style workout. That's like before. Remember how we had the levels: level 1, level 2, level 3.
Yeah.
There's no levels for this one. It's just 10 sets or as many as you can do.
Or as many as you can do. Yeah.
We're gonna follow as many as you can do, not 10 sets for this. If you're a beginner, I would say like
3
to do 10 sets. I would say let's try for 3. 10 sets sounds like
hey,
you have
if
to
you're a
be in
beginner,
amazing
just do
condition.
one whole set.
Exactly, and see how you feel. If you feel good after that one set,
Then do
then
2.
you can push it to 2. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then maybe if that's like if you feel like you can keep going,
I feel
then
like
you
if I
can go to
did 3,
3.
I'd be done.
I think 3 sets of this would be incredible.
It would be incredible, yeah. And I work out 6 days a week, so yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. In between the sets, you can get up to 2 minutes of rest. So you're gonna do the 9 exercises, and then if you need a full 2 minutes of rest before your next set, then you can utilize that. If you need a little bit less rest, just the same as all of these workouts, it's basically following the same scheme. Some of them have a little bit of variety in the rest times, but I would generally say that you can apply this to all of these different workouts, whether it was the Batman workout.
Well, it says rest 2 minutes between each set. I mean, between each activity.
No, but rest between sets up to 2 minutes. So one set is the 9 exercises.
How much time between each exercise? You just keep going straight?
You keep that's why it's hit because you keep doing it.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's no
you gotta
rest.
Do all 9. You gotta do all 9 straight.
Yes.
That's
and
insane.
then you can rest. That's why it's crazy. So that's why I'm saying to do 10 of those.
Okay.
That scares me right now.
All right, walk us through the exercises.
So exercise 1 is 40 high knees. You're gonna do 40 high knees, which is basically kind of like running in place, except you're gonna bring your knee. You're gonna bring your knee high up to like I would say
chest.
waist chest level. Yeah, around there.
Well, it says it shows the picture like waist level.
Exactly.
Yeah. So don't go all the way up to your chest.
Chest might be pretty intense. That might be like a high jump. So that's when you would use like both of your legs, and then you want to bring your knees up close to like.
Oh, okay.
They can get closer there. But typically with like even high jumps, I would say, and with these high knees, I would say like waist level is a pretty good, a pretty good line. So,
okay.
Exactly. So you're gonna count 40 high knees. So you do 1, 2, like for 1, it's your right leg. For 2, it's your left leg. And so you're gonna count up to 40. Once you hit 40, then you're gonna do 20 fly steps. I've never done that before. This is probably the first time I've ever seen this. The guy's got a cape. He's clearly Superman. I don't know too much how to describe. I mean, I'm happy that you guys can see the picture because it looks like you're starting in this position. Reminds me of when I ran track and field. So you start in almost a runner's position, and then you extend upwards, and you have one leg at a 90-degree angle. That leg is going to be, that foot's going to be like behind you, extended a little bit. It doesn't look like it's extended too much, but you're going to extend that back leg out a little bit, keeping that 90-degree angle. It looks like you're going to be leaning forward a tad, and you're spreading your arms out like Superman.
Yeah,
so,
and you got to do you got to do the Soldier Boy song. that Superman,
you gotta actually, the requirement for this workout is you have to play that song when you're doing that exercise.
Soldier Boy.
You gotta play Soldier Boy while you're doing that exercise. Otherwise, there's no point. Don't even do it.
That's it.
That's exercise number 2. The third exercise is 20 squats. This one's pretty self-explanatory. You can look at the diagram. You're doing a normal squat. Before, there was an image where I liked where the guy kept his arms kind of like at the chest level, and he locked his hands together when he was doing the squat. This one, the person has their arms extended out. So I would say whichever of those that you like more. I don't like putting my arms out. I like to keep my arms where my chest is. So
Okay.
that's what I prefer. You can either do it like that, or you can put your arms extended out. You're going to be
When
doing
you,
20
I
squats.
think when you put your arms extended out, you're getting a better exercise on your arms, though. You're building those muscles
I think it's a combination of that and also like to give
in
people stability.
and your abs.
That could be true. That could
Yeah.
be true. That makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense. Um, it looks like, I mean, for me, it looks like more of a stability thing.
I
I
think it's
think,
I think
I
it's
think
because
it's,
you're doing 20 of those, man. Just if you just stood up straight without even doing a squat and just held your hands out and counted to 20,
yeah, that's a workout.
that's a workout. And then you're squatting on top of it. You're using your lower abs, your upper abs, your back. It's doing a lot, dude.
Yeah, I think you could be right with that, honestly. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
So actually, so do it like that then. Do it like the diagram. Have your arms extended outwards. I would assume you're gonna get a burn in the shoulders then. If you're keeping your arms out the
Oh
whole time,
yeah. Yes.
definitely, definitely do it like that. Um, the only thing that the thing is like when the person's standing upward, they don't have their arms in the same position. So their arms go back down to their
Oh, oh yeah. Okay.
to
So
their
when they stand up,
sides.
they take the Superman position again.
Pretty much. When Superman arrives.
Yeah, Superman.
Oh my
Hi, Lois.
gosh.
So
That's
you go back to the high
hilarious.
lowest position.
You go back to high lowest. So high
Yeah.
lowest and then squat. High lowest squat. Squat high lowest squat. That's exactly what's going on
We're
over
gonna have to
here.
do a remix here, okay?
Exactly. They're gonna need a position where he's taking
The
off the tie.
Entrefluential Life workout music station.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Right?
That would be
High
hilarious.
intensity music.
That's
uh,
fun.
that,
Oh man.
that
All right.
Superman, that hi Lois. That Superman, that hi Lois.
The Oh my gosh, if you mix 2 and 3, if you mix exercise 2 and 3.
Right? Rewind.
Oh my gosh. That's
Oh,
hilarious, man.
that's great. That's great.
That's funny.
All right, now we get the
Um,
push-ups.
Now we got 10 sets of push-ups, a basic
Oh,
push-up.
10
Um,
reps.
10 reps of that.
Yeah.
And then you're
Oh,
gonna go to exercise number 5. It's a 30-second elbow plank.
yep. I do those.
Yeah, that's gonna be a killer workout because then with exercise number 6, guess what? You don't get to get up after you just
Nope.
did a plank. You stay in the plank
Oh, you got to
position and
reach
you do
out.
arm lifts. So then you
Oh,
reach your arm up
and
in
you
like
turn to the
shoulder
side.
level. I it looks like he's just reaching his arm up. I don't think he's turning too much.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe like a tight. There's like a slight
Just,
turn. There's like a
just a
slight
slight
like
turn. Yeah.
when you lift up that arm, then you're kind of exposing that part of your side. Like you
Yeah.
know like so basically the same plank position with like
Yep.
a slight turn in it, and then you're reaching up
Uh,
almost.
okay. So on my B days, I'm doing number 5 and number 7. See how he's doing the
Nice. Oh
climbers on
yeah,
the
the my own
floor?
climbers. Yeah, I love
Yeah. So
those.
I do 30-second elbow plank, and then I do 30 climbers right afterwards. I go back and forth.
Nice. That's
Yeah, it's a good.
great.
It's good. Yeah,
Climbers
do
are a
3 sets of that.
great exercise.
Yeah.
They're great, and they want you to do 40 mountain
Yeah, yeah,
climbers.
yeah. That's okay.
Those
40 is
those are
cool. If you can
intense.
do 30, you can do 40.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's 10 more.
yeah.
Just gonna fight a little bit more, and then you're gonna go to a star plank for 20 seconds.
Hey, Sebastian, that
Those,
just reminded me of a line from the movie Elf. He's like, if you can talk, you can sing. There's no difference.
yeah, right.
If you can do 30, you can do 40. There's no
There's no
difference.
difference. That's hilarious.
Oh
Um,
man.
that's if you can do a 30-second elbow plank, then you can do a 20-second star plank.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there is a difference with that one.
Oh, it looks like
Um,
there's a difference.
the star plank
Oh,
is incredibly. It's hard to do a plank in general. To do
yeah,
a star plank,
yeah.
that's got to be incredibly hard. I've never
Oh,
tried to do a star plank before, but to keep yourself in that position
yeah.
is that takes that's like gonna take some working up to get to that level. I would say to try to hold that plank as long as you can, that star plank.
Oh,
I'm not sure. I even want to give it a shot to do 20 seconds afterwards.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna
not
do it
sure.
tomorrow. I mean, on
Yeah,
Tuesday on my B
I'm gonna
day.
try it when I go to the gym tomorrow when I do my core afterwards. So that looks freaking intense, man. I'm not sure if I would even last 20 seconds. Not gonna lie to
20,
you guys.
20 seconds. Oh,
That's
okay.
got to be intense. That looks intense.
It does.
Because the thing is, you can't put the weight on your elbows. You have
Yeah,
your
you're holding
hands
yourself up.
all the way out in a star position, and you have to stay in that.
Uh, but that's good for your
That's
chest.
advanced calisthenics right there.
That's great. And then the next last exercise,
Of course,
the
is 10
Superman.
Supermans.
Dun,
So you
dun,
better still have
dun.
Soldier Boy playing while you're doing this.
Here you go to save the day.
Superman. Oh,
Oh.
basically, yeah, 10 Supermans, and then once you finish the 10th one, then you just completed one set,
And then you're back to one.
and then you're back to exercise one. You're gonna go. Hold on one second.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. 10 10's a lot. I think if you could do 3 sets,
10
then you're
is a
golden.
lot. Exactly. I would say to shoot for 3 sets.
Yep. Shoot for three.
That's it just depends on your conditioning. Just like with
Yep.
the other ones, just
And
go
you,
with
you
what you can do, and then
do
slowly
what
you
you
can progress and work on that.
exactly. All right. What do you got for our that do you like this workout? I like this workout.
I love that workout. I love
Yeah,
that workout. That looks intense.
that was fun.
Some of those exercises
Thank
I
you,
don't love.
Nyla Ray, for sharing this exercise.
Yes. Yeah, she's got a bunch of good ones on there on the I guess it's on Pinterest that you're finding those, huh?
Yeah, on Pinterest. Yep.
Yeah, she's got a bunch of those. Those are fun. When you make it themed, I think it makes it a lot more fun. It's a different element to it.
Absolutely. I thought it was great. All right, so what do you got for
Mental tip of the day.
yeah, for the tip of the day?
So it looks like we have a quote. I can't tell. It looks like Stephen Corey. Corey?
Stephen Covey, yeah.
Covey. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes with that like it's like a when you're signing like your signature, um, but it looks like not exactly. What's the word for that?
Cursive.
That type of writing in cursive. That's right, man.
Yeah.
It's been so long, guys. It's been so long. It's like cursive, but not exactly cursive. So I couldn't tell if that was a cursive R or a V. Um,
Okay.
you know what I mean? It looks like it's cursive, but it's like I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I might just be a little bit slow today. Anyways, it's a quote by Stephen Covey. It
Yep.
says, "When you really listen to another person from their point of view and reflect back to them that understanding, it's like you give them emotional oxygen."
Yeah, I love that. I love that quote because it shows you that you got to pay attention to people when they're talking because it actually energizes that person.
I agree. I agree, and it shows that you actually care.
Yep.
Um, there's conversations I've had with people that it's like all about them. If you can like, it's pretty exciting when you're talking to somebody and then they're like you're connecting on what both of you are saying. Like one person could say something and then you're listening to what they're saying. You're actively listening to it, and you can actually reply back. And it just seems like you're paying attention, but not only that, but that you care.
Yeah.
So when you demonstrate to them that you're actually listening to what they're saying, like it says, it gives them emotional. Is that what it said? Emotional oxygen.
Yeah.
Emotional oxygen. So it makes them feel better about themselves, and it kind of at the same time, especially depending on the discussion you're having. If you're having a more, I would say, I can't think of the word, but if you're having a more a discussion where you're trying to, I guess not just like sound smart. I can't think of the word for it right now, but when you're having a discussion along that type of basis and you're replying back to them, it kind of makes them feel like they have knowledge, right? Like you could be talking about a subject and maybe somebody wants to fit into that conversation, and you make them feel like they actually gave you knowledge that was worth something.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, Yeah, that's basically it. I don't know exactly how to phrase what I was trying to say, but
No, no, you hit it.
um,
You did a good job. You did it. You were very clear. It is. It's like they gave you so, but
it's almost like a validation that you know what you're talking about. Like you have a valid point. You know what I mean? Like that's for that type of discussion. If you're having a heart to heart with somebody and they make you feel like they understand your feelings, that's another thing. It's like
well, that's it right there. I mean, because if you engage with somebody on the mental level, that's one thing, and it has
hmm
value. It has a lot of energy with it. But the
yes,
heart has
exactly.
about 4,000 times more energy than the mind does. So if you can connect with somebody on an emotional level, then and you make them feel like they're being heard, right? Because we're talking about somebody talking to you.
Yes.
You're receiving the information from somebody, and you show them that you understand them at an emotional level, heart to heart, right? You've heard that phrase before. I'm sure you've heard that phrase before.
Exactly.
Heart to heart.
Yeah, have a heart to heart.
Let's
Yep.
have a heart to heart. When you connect on an emotional level, heart to heart, that has so much more value. You win so much more credibility with a person than just reaching them on a like at an academic level, at a thinking level.
Yes, with like with the intelligent part, like with
Logic,
your mind. Exactly. When
logos.
you're reaching them with logic,
Yeah,
exactly.
logos. You got to
Um,
reach them with emotions, right?
it especially makes them like you said, like you make them feel heard. Um, and I think like that, giving them the emotional oxygen, like to show them that you understand the way their feelings are,
Yeah,
is it's like the complete opposite of like you've had a conversation where you try to talk to somebody about your feelings and then they don't give a damn. You know, like that really makes you feel low. So when
yeah,
you have someone that makes you feel heard, makes you feel appreciated, makes you feel like okay, like I understand what you're feeling right now, and like this is my response for your emotions, for what you should do. Maybe you're asking for advice, or maybe you're just venting or something. It's like when
yeah.
you feel like you're understood, when somebody is genuinely listening to you, that sometimes might be that all that somebody needs is sometimes it's just a vent, and that can make them feel worlds better.
100%, man. Yeah. I'm sorry, I got allergies, so I have to like blow my nose. So I'm not dripping over here. It's gross.
Oh
It's pollen
no.
season, man. Like, you're not there yet because you got winter still up there in Boston, but here
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
still
all,
cold.
yeah, it was like 70 today, and the trees are starting to pollinate, and you can see it on the cars.
Wow.
So like, I just took a pill a little while ago, but it's still affecting me. It hasn't really
Aw.
kicked in yet. No, it's all
Yeah.
good.
Take a little bit of time.
Yeah. So I apologize. So
It's okay. I
yeah,
couldn't tell.
thank you, thank you. All right, well, let's go ahead and go into the. I think we belabored that one. Let's go
Yes.
into the spiritual tip of the day. Are you good with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Right on. All right, so we're going into living the 66 books of the Bible, and we are in the New Testament, and now we're reading the second book of the New Testament, which is the book of Mark. Sorry,
Nice.
my little show and tell. So here, let me pull. I'm going to pull this up. Let me go back over here and change it to this view. There we go.
There we
Okay.
go.
So the book of Mark, and here we go. So this is just a 1.5 page summary. If you live in a hurry up world, you'll appreciate Mark. His book is fast paced, and one of his favorite words is immediately.
Mm.
That term occurs 36 times in Mark's 16 chapters. They immediately left their nets, and immediately his fame spread throughout all the region. Immediately many gathered together. Immediately the girl arose. That was Mark 1:18, 28, 2:2, and 5:42.
hmm
Mark writes with urgency. The first half of his book, Mark 1:1 to Mark 8:30, emphasizes the urgency of knowing who Christ is, the Messiah. The last half is devoted to why he came, to die and rise again, to redeem the world. According to very old traditions, John Mark wrote his gospel from the recollections of Simon Peter and Peter was impulsive and impetuous in all he said and did, which helps explain why Mark's words are tinged with urgency. The urgent tone of Mark's gospel reflects the compelling mission of the gospel. We must reach people while we still can, before it's too late. Sociologists tell us 120 people die on Earth every minute. Wow.
Wow.
Which is 172,800 people a day.
Wow.
Insane. Think of that. Somewhere on Earth, 120 plus people have passed into eternity while you've been reading this page. Furthermore, the mortality rate, I mean, that's insane, right, Sebastian?
That's a crazy statistic to even fathom.
120 people a minute. That's two
That's
people per
crazy.
second. 2 people per second are dying on the Earth. Insane, man. Somewhere on Earth, 120 people have passed into eternity while you've been reading this page. Furthermore, the mortality rate for every generation is 100%.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Every child of
It's
God
part
is
of life.
engaged in a global effort to get the message of Jesus Christ to as many people as quickly as possible. I believe it. The eternal destiny of millions depends on our sense of urgency. In a hurry-up world, let's hurry up in getting the gospel to everyone. Amen to that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. You got the keys?
I got the keys to success, I hope.
You're already successful because you're blessed by God. So
That's a good point.
yeah.
That's a great point. Anyways, the key theme of the day is that when we become disciples of Jesus Christ, we're seized with urgency to serve others and share his good news with a needy world. Um, After reading this summary of Mark, of the book of Mark, it really shows you why there's a sense of urgency. Why Dr. David Jeremiah points out that he says how many times he says immediately, because I was just thinking of the number of how many people are passing every single day, every second, every minute, every
Mhm.
day. It's hard to really wrap your mind around that. I couldn't imagine it, because if you thought about it of people you cared about, then you would maybe feel differently than just people in the world that you don't know,
Yeah.
you don't care about. Like when you think about it in that perspective,
Yeah.
it really changes things for you. And the thing is,
Right.
like, we're all God's children. These are all your family in a way. Like, they might not be important to your life, but you should care about them being saved, because as a Christian, you want to save as many people as you can. You want as many people to know about this. At the end of the day, what somebody's going to do is it's not my concern. I have a life to live about. But at the same time, it's my duty as a Christian to make them aware of God's word.
Yeah.
I can lead the horse to water. I can't make it drink.
Right.
But if I don't even try to lead it to water, I'm not doing my duty.
Right. Yep.
And that sense of urgency.
Yep.
It's like that's why we need to have the sense of urgency when you think
Yeah.
about how many people are dying every day. It's like they're in eternity. They might have made the wrong decision.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
if
hey,
you tried, yeah,
forever.
they're for forever. The thing is,
Yeah, the
it's
stakes are super high,
forever.
man. Like even, I mean, if we're wrong, we're wrong. But if we're right, that's a terrible price to pay for these poor people.
Exactly. So it's important to have the sense of urgency of spreading the word, of going out there, amplifying your message,
Yep.
because maybe
Yep.
that might have been the thing for them to reconsider. That might have been the thing that made them reconsider.
Yeah, and it's
So
really the way you live your life. I mean, the way that you share the word is the way you live your life, and so we should all be walking around like salt and light.
exactly.
I mean, not only so like the grand scheme of things is, yeah, I mean, we're gonna be dead and gone, and then now we're in eternity. Which side are we on, heaven or hell? That consequence in the time length of eternity. Come on, that's like very grave. Like that's a very serious thing to consider. But even thinking of the 100 years that we're here on this planet, if we have that much time, because a lot of us won't. A lot of people will die for whatever reason much sooner than
Exactly.
that. And so even during the time that we have here, it's a matter of how are you going to live your life? Are you going to live your life with God or without God. And I think of that movie Night and Day with Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz, and he's like, with me, without me, with me, without me. And that's like what God is saying. Like, are you going to go to, if you partner up with me through life, you're like with me. And if you don't do life with me, then you're without me. It's like down here, you're going to struggle.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, it's important. It's very important for us to share the word. All right. So we've expressed how we feel about it and why we do what we do, trying to live a good life, a godly life, a righteous life, why it's so important. Let's go into the next key.
Absolutely. So the next key is the key challenge. It says, eternity awaits us all. The question is where we will spend it. Ask God to stir your soul with the urgency of the gospel, and to share your faith with someone you know.
Okay.
The key verse, and he said to them, go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. Mark 16:15. The key prayer, Lord, I want to be someone who makes a difference in this world. Help me to meet the needs of those around me and to share the good news with the lost at every opportunity.
Excellent. Excellent.
So that was great. It shows why there needs to be a sense of urgency with it.
Yeah. And my advice is if you're listening to this, whatever time or day you're listening to this, and you're thinking, yeah, okay, I know, I get that I'm supposed to do that, but I feel very uncomfortable going and talking about the gospel to people. Well, then don't talk about the gospel to people. Talk about what good things are happening to you in your life. And when people ask you why you have these good things that are happening in your life, then you talk about the gospel and you say, well, the reason why I have a different life today is because one day back then I was a screw up and I gave my life to God and he changed me.
Absolutely. You share your
And
testimony with them. That
that's
inspires them.
Yeah, that's all you got to do is wait until let them see the difference in you. Let them ask you why you're different, and then you tell them why. And you can point the credit to God and let them sit on that and chew on that. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
Maybe you can invite somebody to church if you want to. Like if you have an Easter special coming up or Christmas special coming up, or maybe it's just a Wednesday night dinner that you're having at your church, or an outing. You guys are going to go with your Sunday school class. You're going to go bowling, and then you can invite people to go do that. And they can get around and hang out with people and have fun and see, like, that you guys live normal, happy lives, but you're just not, you go out and have fun like everybody else, but you're not getting drunk while you're doing it,
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
show them the right way to do things.
Yeah. Like we still have fun. Like we can go hiking, we can go kayaking, like there's things to do. We don't have to go to a nightclub and go grind up on somebody, like that's, we just choose not to do those things anymore.
Exactly.
Do that in your own house.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. So now let's move on to the Entrefluential tip of the day. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds great.
All right. Thank you for sharing, by the way. That was good.
Yeah.
I'm a little embarrassed for myself now. He went there.
Oh no.
Yeah. We can have fun. All right. So let me go here, present full screen. And then I got to get to the page. Okay, so last week we were talking about social media channels and how to use the social media channels right way. And then in this episode, let me go here to we're in module 4, systems training, and this is to bring you up to speed if you're just coming on board. This is the Entrefluential Network Marketer Business Boot Camp, where we're teaching people how to build a network marketing business. So if you're an entrepreneur, and let's say that as an entrepreneur, you're like me and you own a real estate brokerage and you want to make ancillary income, well, you could create a network marketing business to run on the side of your real estate business or whatever your business is. Like let's say for Sebastian, for instance, let's say Sebastian owns a garage door company. He does garage door installations. Well, he could have a network marketing business where he brings in people to sell some other product or service, and as people come in and they sell everybody in the downstream earns a commission from the people that are selling below them. So it's kind of
Right.
like, it's instead of a pyramid where you have a downward spiral, it's a circle like a spider web, and everybody that, like, you're in the circle, and then everybody that goes out from you earns commissions, and you earn commissions off of them. So it's a pipe. You build a long, you multiple channels, multiple pipelines of perpetual income from the people in your platform. So
Exactly.
it's at some point, like, I want to say it's passive income, but you still have to do a little bit of work, but it is really predominantly passive income. After you put the first part in to build your foundation, it gets to a point where the machines are operating for you, right? And you just need to do a little bit of, kind of think of it like the 4-hour work week. You just put your 4 hours in, and the machine keeps going and going and going, like the Energizer Bunny. So one of the platforms, like, to give
Yeah.
you a practical example, one of the companies that I'm looking at doing this for is a company that sells energy drinks and protein shakes and other vitamins and supplements. And so I want to do that because I use those for myself. And I want to create some commercials where I advertise what I use for people who follow us. And then if they buy the products that we're using, then we can earn a commission from it. And then if they start marketing it, then we can earn a commission from their sales, and so on and so forth in the downstream. So that's the objective.
Exactly. Kind of like, think of it like a game of chess rather than checkers. Checkers, you eat the pieces immediately and you reap the reward from that. You get the other person's piece. Now they have less players in the field. In chess, you kind of want to think a couple moves ahead with that
Yeah.
type of income to reach the passive level. Like you have to do some groundwork, some field work first yourself, and then you can reach down the line where then you have so many people. It's going to take a long time. It's a long road, but eventually when you do get there, then you reap the rewards. So once you have 10 people that are signed up under you and that they're making sales, and then if you get a small commission off of what they're doing, and then imagine you have 20 people doing that, maybe 30, 40, and so on and so forth.
And so
That's when the point when you'll reach. Then you don't have to do nothing. You just have so many people doing it, and you get a little piece of that pie. And then
yeah,
somebody over here is selling this pumpkin pie, and you get a little piece of that too.
yeah.
Then at that point, then you just straight. You don't have to do the work for that anymore.
So, like, if you bring in one person, as your mentee per month, and then your person goes out the second month, and they get another person, and then you bring another person in, and then so now you have two people in your second month. It keeps expanding, right? So you go from two people to four people to
Exactly.
eight to 16, 16 to 32, 32 to 64, 64 to 128, 128 to 256, 256 to 512, I think it is, or 516, no, 512. And then you have 1,024, and then 2048. And it goes on until at the end of 1 year, you can have over 4,000 people in your pipeline. That's
Exactly.
That's
And
insane. If you have 4,000 people in your pipeline, you're going to be doing exceedingly well.
that's when you would start to see. I would like to think like that's when at that level, like then you're gonna see a
Big,
tremendous result from
big
it. Then
money.
you're
I
gonna
mean, you'll
see
be
big
making,
money come
yeah, you
in.
should be making six figures. I mean, you should be making $10,000 a month at that point,
Yeah, exactly. Because
which
you
is
gotta
nothing
have
to
a high
sneeze about.
number
Like,
of
that's serious
people,
money. Like, that's some serious revenue.
and that's from one stream.
Yeah, exactly. So we're
So
all about the 10 pillars of entrepreneurial success, which means 10 different streams of income.
yes,
Right? Like, don't put all your eggs in one basket, because if that basket falls apart, then you're done. You have, like, now you're struggling to get money to pay your bills and whatever. But if you have multiple streams of income, one goes away, you got the other ones to rely on, right? If you have 10 streams, you got 9 more streams to do your thing with, live your life with. So that's why it's so good to diversify your income, I believe, because boy, when you lose one, and that happened to me, man, when my appraisal business shut down, when things got bad, I was dried up. You know, I moved back in with my mom and
yeah,
dad. Like that. It gets critically difficult. You know, and so really wish I would have had multiple streams of income back then. So it's very important to do that.
I think that's why it's like it's a good idea for people when you start touching a certain level of money. That's when it's critical for you to start the streams because it like you need your job for to
Yeah.
start because to like
Yeah.
start in entrepreneurship,
Yep. You need
you're not
money.
going to pay your bills if you just automatically like, okay, I want to just quit my job and go be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Well,
Good
it
luck.
takes money to make money. You
It takes
can't,
money to
it's
make
not
money. Yeah. You
possible.
got to pay your bills.
Exactly. That like
You
to
still
where
need
you
to pay for the
live.
roof over your head.
Exactly. So you do that, and then like let's say like you get the promotion at your job, or then you get a new job where you make more money. Now you're in the position where the bills are paid. Now you can save money. You have money set aside to do this, and you have money set aside to do that. And so
Yep.
then at that point, like when you're touching that kind of money, that's when you start to diversify your income. And now you start looking at different streams. When you have that extra kind of play money, it's like, okay, instead of just going out and hanging out super hard and let me go and rent a boat and rent a yacht.
Wasting money.
Just exactly like don't waste all of it. You can like use a little bit when you get that kind of money, use
Yeah.
a little bit for some fun and then take the majority of it and then
And
boom, okay,
invest it.
let's start investing it in this and then
Yep.
not
Invest it in
just
your
that, but
businesses.
a couple different things. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because
So
because eventually you'll get an ROI on it. You'll get a return on investment.
exactly. So that's what you have to do when you start touching that kind of money. Then like you make sure the stuff your bills are paid first, and then after that, then it's good to diversify it because, like you said, like if something fails, okay, you know what, like that failed, but guess what? My other thing is growing now. Like now
Exactly.
this is actually taking off. So now that's doing good. Okay, boom. So okay, maybe one of them failed, but you have the backup, and that might end up doing really good. And then if you have a couple other things, like I see e-commerce people and stuff like that. I mean, I've seen these people on YouTube and whatnot. Like, okay, like YouTube is one way to make money. They have a whole bunch of subscribers on there for making videos. That's income that you're gonna make. So
Yeah.
that's one stream of your income. Like, okay, let me go and make some content because I have a lot of subscribers and YouTube is gonna pay me for posting videos because my fans like it and they react to it. And
Yeah.
then that's like the one way. And then like if you have a big following on there, then you start doing the affiliate marketing like we talk
Yep.
about on the show because you have so many people that are following what you're doing. And like if you try a product and they like you enough, like you have a big fan base, they want to try what you're using. So then you use the affiliate marketing and then they're gonna do it because they're persuaded by you, they like who you are, and
Yeah.
they
And if
want
it's
to be
working
more
for
like
you,
you.
and
If it
if it's
works for
working for you, they're
you,
gonna want to replicate it.
that's like the proof of oh god
Proof of concept.
proof of concept exactly. So you show them like, okay, like I use this. Okay, I already know because that's how I am. If I
Yeah.
want to get something or whatever, like to get these headphones,
Yeah.
my friend Jacob told me that he had JBL headphones. So for
Okay.
me, that was like, okay,
Yep.
there's my proof of
So
concept.
it's a
Okay, like my
testimonial.
friend, that's my testimonial. Like that was
Yep.
JBL
And
testimonial. He told me
so
that
you
they're
were able
great.
to skip over doing the research because you had a friend refer it to you.
Yeah, because like the research can say so much, but that's how it always is
It
with
takes
everything
time
that
to
you can
do
go and get.
research. And so the referral allows you to skip over the research process and go ahead and make a purchase decision.
It exactly that's one factor, and then you know what another factor is like me and him have similar tastes. We have a lot of similarities. So when I'm following someone that's similar to myself,
Yeah, you
and
can
if
trust it.
they like
Trust it
something, then
more.
I trust their opinion
Yeah.
exactly because for me, just to look at like if like the website or whatever, the company can tell me that they're amazing, but I
Yeah.
really don't give a damn. Like I don't care until I know somebody else that's like me is
Yeah.
using it.
So
I know that it has a good point. Like they can say that this is the best thing, but those other headphones that I bought, they also said that they were great too, and they sucked.
yeah.
So
Imagine if Jacob sent you a link to those headphones where he was an affiliate partner, and then when you clicked on the link, he gets credit for making the referral. He earns a sales commission.
and that's what the affiliate marketing is.
That's exactly right, and that's what
And
you do.
so
You become friends with people online, like your people your
yes.
tribe, your people who follow you, your subscribers. You become friends with them online. They know you, like you, and trust you. And when you make a recommendation, you put the link in there. You earn a commission.
And one thing that I would say is that integrity plays a part in this, because if you
Yeah,
have a big following on YouTube, and like we're talking about in this example of the different streams of income, where you have a YouTube channel that YouTube pays you one stream, then you start doing affiliate marketing, you create a second stream, because as people trust you. So if you say that this product is good, they're gonna trust you and they're gonna buy it. I think you really have to genuinely mean that. That's why
yeah,
there's this one bodybuilder that I love, C-Bum, Chris Bumstead.
uh-huh.
He is very truthful, and he is very integral about, like example, a meal prep company. He tried a couple different meal prep companies. He was getting sponsored by one to like talk about them in his YouTube channel because he's got 1 million subscribers and plus. And he ended up having to cut ties with them because he's like, look, guys, like I'm sorry, but this isn't gonna work out anymore. Like I really don't find myself enjoying this food. Like it's the same thing every day, and I'm really not liking it too much anymore. So I can't keep eating it. And if I'm not gonna have it, I'm not gonna tell my subscribers to have it either.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's very important, because
Yeah, be
there's
authentic
people
with
out
your
there.
with your audience.
Exactly, because there's like I'm sure there's so many influencers out there and stuff like that that they are not truthful with the products that they're using. And
Yeah,
they're
you
gonna
won't
tell people
last.
to use this and that, and
I don't think they have a longevity if they do that. Like everybody I've heard about talking, training on influencer marketing, they all tell you to be authentic. They always tell you don't be inauthentic.
exactly.
Don't be disingenuous because you'll have a short lived career.
Yeah, because then they're gonna buy the product and like, oh, okay, you know
Yeah,
what? Like they said this was great, but it freaking sucks, man.
yeah.
And
Or
they
they
tell
catch you
everybody that they
saying,
know.
"Oh, this product sucks. I just do it to make money," and then you're done.
Yeah. Oh gosh, like I think there's been videos like that that they get caught, and then
Busted.
you know what? They end up that's where there's called like the people that fall off, like
Yep.
musicians. Oh, they fell off, or like are
Yeah.
influencers and stuff.
Yeah.
They're
They're
falling off
gone.
because they're just not doing good business.
Doing
You
right
know,
by
I
people.
think
Yeah.
they're not doing right by people, and that's like when it comes to business, it applies to any form of business that exists. You know, like if you either do good business or you do bad business. And when you do bad business, the person that you did bad business to is going to tell everyone in their sphere of influence, everybody that they know, that this person sucks or this company sucks, don't use them. Now you just lost that customer for life, and you lost anyone that they know, you lost them for life too. And then whoever they know, it doesn't end there, because whoever they know knows a bunch of other people too. And if they're chatty Cathy's, they're gonna tell all of their friends, and then that's how it is. Like this, like it's not just, oh, like for my previous job or whatever. Let's say I really don't want to like just put stuff out there, but like let's just say maybe Electronic R Us sold a faulty thing, or like they showed up to
Yeah.
work on someone's computer and they overcharged them. So now Sandra just got overcharged from Electronics R Us technician or whatever, because they're scamming people and all they care about is money, and they just want to make the sale, and they really don't care about the customer, providing them a good service, helping them out. So boom, now Sandra's going to tell everybody that she
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
that
Word
they
of mouth
suck,
is
and then
rapid, and they'll lose business quickly if they do that.
it's fast, because it's not just the people that Sandra knows. Then
And they
Sandra
should
might have
now
told
today
Billy.
it's even worse because they share it on social media,
Exactly.
and so the word gets out fast, super fast because of social. It's not like back in the day where like you made a phone call and then that person made another phone call and another phone call and
Exactly.
now it's
Nowadays,
like you
like
hit social media and
thousands
then
of
like
people can
1,000 people
find out
hear
at
about
one
it,
time.
right?
Exactly. So
Yeah,
many, it could, that information can spread so much faster, and everyone that
yeah,
they know and everyone that that person knows. So
yeah.
just
Avoid
to
it.
not go take the tangent too far is
Yeah,
basically just like you have to do good business, because if you don't,
yeah.
then everyone's going to find out about it, and vice
And if
versa.
something happens that your business screws up, you got to do what's called service recovery and fix the problem.
And that's the thing. That's like part of the integrity part of the
Yeah,
authenticity is like, okay, you know what? This might have screwed up, or some customer told me that this was bad or whatever. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me fix that for you, and let me take care of you after that as well, because you trusted me and you are a good customer for me. Maybe you had a bad experience. Okay, let me fix this for you, and then go further. Do more than just that.
yeah. Go
Let me
above and
go
beyond
further than that. Let
to,
me go
re,
above
to
and beyond,
yeah
and
to
let me
repair
give you
the
this for
to win
free.
back the to win back the customer.
Absolutely. So I like it's vice versa. Like when you're doing good or you're doing bad, like everyone's gonna find out about it. You're gonna
Yeah.
lose people or you're gonna gain customers
But if you
because
do
word of
well,
mouth
then people will
spreads.
tell other people about it, and it'll be to your benefit. They'll make like if you fix the problem, then they could leave you a positive review and how you fix the problem, and that could benefit you because people will see that you care. But anyways, let's get into the email
Exactly.
marketing thing here because that's what's on the table for today.
Yes. Yep.
All right. So in this session, we're talking about using email marketing platforms so that you can stay up to date with your clients, the prospects, both your
Yeah.
prospects and your clients. And then the way that you can do that, we have some recommendations here, like using, and you've heard this before probably, right? But maybe not. Maybe you're new to business and you haven't heard of these things. I tend to think that everybody thinks this way because I've heard it so much for so long. But I have to recognize that there are people that are just coming into business for the first time. Maybe they're just graduating from high school and they weren't really paying attention to this stuff. But here are some things that we use, like newsletters, updates about your company. Those would be like press releases. Maybe you're moving into a new marketplace, and promotions. People love
Yep.
promotions. So like if you to give you a example of a good promotion, you might have um, a Thanksgiving discount or Christmas discount. So those are promotions. Or maybe you have a
Exactly.
new product that's coming out and you can offer that product at a discount for the first early adopters of that product so you can get some feedback from your sphere of influence, from your clientele.
And I
All
think
right.
that they're much more inclined to purchase something at a discounted price than the full price, no matter what that cost is. Like, oh, okay, it's on a discount. Oh, yeah, I guess I can buy it now. You know?
Absolutely. The whole purpose of a promotion is to reintroduce your product or your service to the people and tell them, hey, listen, here I want to give you extra value. It's worth this, but I'm giving it to you at this discount. See how much more valuable it is now because you get it at a better price. And that it's
Exactly.
to the whole purpose of that is to motivate them to take action now, inspire them to take action now, right?
That's
Because you're
right.
dangling that carrot, save money in their face for a limited period of time.
Right.
The other thing that you're going to use email for is to build the relationship. So when you think about somebody coming into your sphere of influence, they're just getting to know you and they're getting to know what your product or your service is. You can take them what we call an indoctrination series, where you hit them with a sequence of emails that explains who you are and what you do. And so that is the beginning. And then as you develop your relationship with that person ongoing, you want to maintain communication with them to let them know what's going on in your business and how you have new things that are old things and new things that are available for them
Yeah.
to utilize. And then you want to keep them informed of emerging trends, right? Because you have to
Yep.
continuously stay innovative. All right, so here's our proper briefing. In the world of digital warfare, where businesses battle for consumer attention, this is what we're battling for, consumer attention, email marketing is a powerful weapon in your arsenal. To achieve victory, you must learn how to wield this tool effectively. In this guide, we're going to take a military approach to mastering email marketing software, focusing on strategy, tactics, and precise execution. All right, here are six steps to deploy email marketing. Action step number 1 is to establish your battle plan. That's your strategy. Not all social media platforms are created equal. Consider your goals and your target audience before selecting the platforms that suit your needs. For professional networking, LinkedIn may be ideal, while Instagram or TikTok may be better for visual content and entertainment. Objective: clearly define your goals. Are you looking to boost sales? Are you looking to increase your brand awareness? Or do you want to just simply engage with your audience? I like to do a combination of it, and we call that infotainment. Your target audience. Identify your target audience's demographics. Know your audience like a commander knows their troops. Content strategy. Develop a content plan that aligns with your objectives and resonates with your audience. Cadence. Determine the frequency of your email deployments. Consistency is key. I think you need to be reaching out to your audience on a weekly basis. at a minimum, a weekly basis.
Definitely.
Action step number 2, assemble your troops. That means get your email list together. Your email list is your battalion. It must be well organized and constantly replenished. In other words, you got to keep building your email list. You got to keep adding people into your email list. Capture recruits. Implement tactics to capture email addresses. That means use an opt-in, a sign-up form, a lead magnet, any kind of incentive that you can use to bring people into your email list. We call that a giveaway, a freebie, a lead magnet. You can give away a product or a service. Very simple, but engaging for them. And then that would entice them, because they like what you're offering, to give you their email address. And now you have pulled them into your email campaign where you can onboard them and indoctrinate them into your products and services. And if they're not a good fit, then they'll go away on their own pretty quickly. And the ones that stay, you know, you have value because they're staying, because they're interested in what you're offering. Segmentation. You want to categorize your contacts into different marketing segments based on whatever their demographics are, their behavior, their preferences, and where they are. Like, so if you're an entrepreneur and you're doing B2B, then, and let's say that you're marketing to other entrepreneurs, well, what level of entrepreneurship are they at? Are they a beginner? Are they intermediate? Or are they advanced? And advanced can look like enterprise level clientele. Action step number 3, arm your forces. That means have email marketing software that your team can use. And it's going to become the backbone of your marketing campaigns, because once you do a distribution, like let's say you do a 3-day masterclass, and in that 3-day masterclass, you're giving away free information, but by the end of the 3rd day, you're going to do a pitch for an online course. And once you're done with that online course pitch, you're done, right? No. Your 3-day masterclass is done, but now you email them after the fact and tell them, hey, if you didn't sign up for now the email will be your sales pitch, and you should do a sales pitch like that for 7 days after your 3-day masterclass.
You'll probably get some hits. That's
the whole reason for doing it.
Probably gonna bite.
Yeah, and some people are just tied up. I mean, the whole purpose of emailing consistently is because people are bombarded with content, emails, things to do, places to go, people to see. And so you've got to remind them, because they may be interested in buying it, but they get caught up with other things in life. And then that email that they see from you on day 7 resonates, and then they hit the purchase button.
Exactly. They might have been on the fence about it, or on the edge, or maybe they actually just generally wanted to do it, but they might be so busy. And by that point, you have to go fishing through your emails, because you get so many a day from ads and stuff.
Exactly.
And when you consistently email them, it's top of their mind. Now it's on the back of their mind.
And they're like, oh, I got to do this now. Boom.
Exactly.
Yep. So for the next point is choose your weapon. And by that, we're saying choose your email marketing platform. You can use MailChimp, Constant Contact, HubSpot. You know, I just recently started using something for free. It's called Google Contacts. because I'm frugal like that, man. I've had different software programs, CRM systems. I'm like, you know what the best software program is? What best CRM system is? The one that you're going to use. That's the best one to use.
That's right.
And so I'm like, you know what? Google, I have a Gmail account, and they have a contact database, and it's free. So I'm going to, instead of building these programs that I start and stop because I can't pay the monthly bill, you know, I'm just going to go with this until I reach a certain threshold where I can spend money and like, okay, here's a year's, you know, for whatever. Man, if I can just use Google and build it out that way, then that's what I'm going to do. And I've got other platforms, like I use Paperbill for my courses. So like I want to pull people into Paperbill so I can email them that way too, you know, like set up auto responders and sequences, like just keep your costs low as possible. So like if you can storehouse all your names in one database that's free, use Google Contacts. But if you want to use any of these, MailChimp, Constant Contact, like I know MailChimp, I think they give you the first 1,000 people for free. So like go do that. You know?
Yeah, it all depends on what you're starting with, how much like capital you
what's
have
your budget?
That you can just use to invest.
Yeah,
exactly. What the budget is,
but
and then
like
you determine what you're using.
don't do like I've done in the past, like several times. I've invested money for 2 or 3 months, and then I end up canceling the account because I can't go any further because I got bills to pay, and I'm funding this with my own paycheck from my day job, and so like now I'm tight and I can't pay, and now I have to shut it down, and now I've got 1,000 people in the system that I can't even use. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Just go use the free contact database, or use one of these free ones for your first 1,000. And then as you grow and make income, then go that route. Don't you think? Free,
Yeah, exactly.
free is good when you're starting, man.
Free is amazing when you start off, and then
Yeah,
when you get more money on the side to invest in that stuff, like it's just don't be ashamed to start off with using what you can for free, and then you'll get to a certain point where you can use the money to invest in the other stuff, and then you gotta see. You might have to do some trial and error at first, so I would say maybe don't invest too much at first.
yeah.
When you do have that money to spend, and you see which one's the best, and then you can start using more money for that one.
Yeah, you can add the bells and whistles later on. All right,
Exactly.
so the bullet point is training. You got to familiarize with the system, whatever system you use. You got to learn all the ins and outs of it to use it effectively and optimally. So you can go online and look at YouTube videos. That's the easiest way to download information, right? I mean, it's not like the Matrix where you can just plug into the system and download it in a second. That'd be awesome. We're not there yet. So just go on YouTube because that's like the next best thing.
Seriously.
All right, automation. Use automation to streamline your operations. And by that, we're talking about autoresponders. So if somebody signs up for one of my courses on Paperbell, they're going to get set up into an autoresponder where they get an email. Day 1, they get module 1. Day 2, they get module 2. Day 3, they get module 3. And so you can set those autoresponders up so you don't have to go in there and manually email your content to your people. The autoresponder does it for you. So check that. You got to check those things out. All right. And in the show notes, there's a link for Paperbell. So support us. We'll make $100 if you go and sign up for Paperbell and stay with them for 3 months. So we appreciate that. All right. And then personalized messaging, you can do personal messages to people just to be more authentic and effective with people, to build a relationship even further. You can have your auto email where you what we call drip campaign, where you set up okay, every quarter, these people are going to get this market update, or every month we're going to send a monthly market report with how many houses have sold in Jacksonville or Miami. But in addition to that, just take some time out and randomly email people in your database and talk to them and keep notes of what you communicate with them so that you can reference back to it when you go into your database to make more contacts, right? Future contacts. You can reference the things that are going on in their life.
Right.
Oh, Sebastian, so I heard you had a baby. How's your baby? Whatever those kind of things are. It helps you build that relationship.
Exactly.
And then action step number 4 is prepare for battle. Prepare your email content. You can craft your email content very easily today because you can use ChatGPT to help you build out those letters. It's so easy to get content today. You can just Google email templates. You'll have a whole bunch of ideas. That's your arsenal for creating your drip mail campaigns. And think about your subject line. That's the most important thing for your email campaigns, because that's what's going to make people click the open button, So make sure you add value. Make sure you make your content entertaining. It's so easy to incorporate video into the emails, and videos get watched a whole lot more than people read. You know what I mean?
That's 100% right.
Yeah, so make it easy for people. Make it engaging. Send a video clip. People like that. And then include a call to action that's compelling and that will drive people to take action. You got to ask for the business. They're not going to just give it to you if you don't ask for it.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
What's that?
A closed mouth doesn't get fed.
Yeah, that's right. Number 5 is execute with precision. When the time comes to deploy your email campaigns, execute with precision, just as a military operation would. Timing, send emails at optimal times. You can see when your open rates are to determine when's the best time for them to be receiving those emails in their inbox. Do they open them at 7 a.m. in the morning on Monday? Okay, well then send them at 7 a.m. on Monday. A/B testing. Use different subject lines to see which one has a better open rate. Does your subject line for email number 1 or does your subject line for email number 2 get open more? That's what A/B testing is. And then you want to check your analytics to see what your click-through rates are, which programs are converting better. That's important for when you're building up your email list. If you have 2 different types of giveaways, which giveaway is working better? And then double down on the one that's getting more clicks. And then action step number 6 is analyze and adapt, conduct after action review. So after each campaign, check your performance and make improvements, because if you don't monitor what you're doing, you can't make improvements. And if you're going to do anything, you want to do it to the best of your ability. That's how metrics can help you make your modifications so that you optimize your action. Because if you're going to take action, you want better results. That's work smarter. That means working smarter, not harder. And data is clear. Data helps you do that. You can guess all you want. You can make a bunch of guesstimates, but guesstimates don't pay the bills. What pays the bills is looking at your data and then making a informed decision based on what the data is telling you.
Exactly.
And then the next thing is to ask for feedback from your audience, right? So reach out to them with surveys, which you can do for free. Again, that's another thing from Google. Use Google Forms or pay a little bit of money and use SurveyMonkey and go send out a survey to these people and ask them what resonates with them and what doesn't resonate with them. Think about some thoughtful questions about whatever it is that you're doing. Use ChatGPT if you want to. It'll come up with questions for you. Create the survey and send it out, because your audience feedback is going to be your most informed, well-informed data that you can make decisions on. And then,
yeah, you need to know what I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's just like I completely agree, because without their feedback, it's like you can keep pushing them to try to get something that you think that they're gonna like. Just because they like you and you think that they might like something just because they like you, that doesn't always translate. So you really got to use the feedback. Like, just use the free one from Google or whatever. If you have the money, use the other one, like you said. But you need their feedback, because like, how are you gonna know if you're just pushing the wrong thing to them? Just because you think that they might like it. So you like having their feedback is like 99.99%. Like probably not even. It's over 100%. It's like your bread and butter. You need to know what they want, because otherwise you're not going to get a sale, or you're not going to get this out of them if you're not giving them what they want.
Or maybe you do, but then how are you going to continue to make more sales? You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to build that relationship even more, right? That's why you got to get that feedback. You got to get them engaged with it. And by the way, there's a phrase: find out what they want, then give them what they want. Your feedback will help you find out what they want.
Exactly. You find out you when you find out what they want and you give it to them, you're making them a happy customer. It's a win-win. Exactly. Like, you figure out what they need from you, and you're providing that to them. That's the whole purpose of everything. That's the whole goal of all of this, is to figure out what your audience needs. Yes, I remember with Ewan McGregor was he was a voice in it, right?
I don't know if he was. I don't remember that, but
I believe he was. Yeah.
Do you remember the boss, the big guy?
Yes, I do.
His phrase was "see a need, fill a need."
That's right. See a need, fill a need.
That's your motto as an entrepreneur. See a need, fill a need.
Exactly. Without finding out what it is that they want, like, I guess, like, for longevity, it's just not going to work. Like, otherwise you're going to keep creating a whole bunch of stuff that, if you spend your time creating a bunch of stuff that nobody wants, you're just wasting time.
Yeah, you're gonna be out of business. Like,
you're not gonna be successful. Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, but God bless you for trying, though, man, because it takes experimentation to find a winning recipe. If you're not creating, you're not taking an opportunity. You're not giving yourself an opportunity to win. If you don't buy a lottery ticket, you're not gonna win the lotto. I mean, that's just the way it is, man.
Exactly.
You gotta get in the game.
Yeah.
So, like, at least you're gonna do something, but like, get in the game, but be smart about how you play it.
Exactly, and being smart is getting those surveys out.
You can't just play Monopoly and keep passing go and think you're going to win the game. You got to, like, be strategic,
You're gonna have to try to get some properties, and
and
I
make
mean,
deals.
the thing is, like, without that, you're gonna keep trying to pass go, but eventually you're gonna land on somebody with a property,
And you're
and
gonna run out of money.
then you're gonna run out of money
You
unless
better
you
have
have a
some
few that
investment
people are landing
properties.
on. Exactly.
You better start doing some trading with some other players, some key
Yep.
players in the game, and get some good properties where you can make some cash flow.
Exactly. Like, here, I'll give you this property because now you can complete your 3, and now you can start adding more of those houses on there or whatever that makes it
Yeah.
more expensive when you land.
Put some rental properties
Or
on there.
exactly. Because I think it's like you need the set in the game. Like I can't
Yeah,
just
you need
have
all
boardwalk
three.
without the other color,
Yeah.
um, to start putting properties on there. You need
Yeah.
all of the colors. You need all 3 of them.
Unless you get, I think it's Mediterranean Avenue and Baltic Place. You can. There's only 2.
Those are the one exactly. Those are.
They're cheap, man. But you know what? You're happy to land on those suckers with a hotel on them rather than
That's
landing on
right.
Boardwalk or Park Place.
You don't want to land on boardwalk with a
Yeah,
hotel.
like okay, I'll pay $450. I'm good with that.
Exactly. Oh my
Yeah, the
gosh.
cheap motel.
Yep.
Oh man. All right. Well, I think we've wrapped up our show for the night. What do you think? Are you good?
Yeah, I think that was great.
I do too. But of course, I'm biased to our own content.
Likewise. Yep.
Hey, but I think it's this has been pretty fun because we're in a relaxed state of mind. It's not like we're just coming off of work and then we got to put on the show. We've had all day to just hang out,
Exactly.
and so yeah, man, I'm looking forward to doing this next Sunday as well.
It cut off at that last part. What was that?
Oh, I said I'm looking forward to doing this next Sunday as well.
Yes, me too. It's fun being able to do this, like, not after work, not worrying
Yeah,
about all that stuff.
because our energy is different.
Exactly. It's
Uh,
fun. Yeah. It was much more relaxed. I
I
agree with
think so
that.
too. I think so too. All right, buddy. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up, and then we
All
will
right.
we'll get together with everybody else next week.
Sounds good to me.
All right, take it away.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. If you tuned in today, if not, you'll see it when you do see it, whether it's today, tomorrow, or the next day, or next week. Thank you for like watching us, sticking with us through the process that we're going through with the show. Eventually, we will have a better studio set up again. We'll get the lavalier microphones and everything. It'll get fancier. But for those of you that enjoy the show with how it is right now, we appreciate it a lot. For those of you that tune in for every episode.
And
So.
remind them that if they want to, I'm reminding you to remind them. Remind them that if they want the physical tip of the day and the mental tip of the day, they can get it at our Instagram page.
Exactly. Yup. You can go to the Entrefluential Life on Instagram, and you can see those as well on there. And you can also see the other information. Like, you can go to entrefluencer.com. You can see what we have out
Entrefluencer.club.
there. .club.
Yep.
Yep. Thank you for that.
For our
You
Student
can get the
Saturday
newsletter on there.
blog.
Exactly. You can go and check out our blog. So you can go and check out the other stuff that we have to offer. You also have your
For
Pinterest as well.
entrepreneurs. Yeah.
Exactly. So you can
Yep.
see.
There's a lot of helpful advice on there for entrepreneurship. Like if you're just getting started.
Absolutely.
Even
Absolutely.
if you've been around for a long time, like this stuff is valuable because you get so caught up in the day-to-day operations that you forget what you're doing. And so it's nice to go back to these truisms that we share, about how to run your operation. And it's like taking
Exactly.
it's like a refresher, like taking a continuing education class for free.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
But yeah, anyways, you guys have access to all of that, to all the information that we're putting out there. So basically, to wrap it up, though, thank you guys for tuning into everything. I'm happy that there's a lot of you that have enjoyed the content that we've been putting out, and just know that it's going to get better. The level of content creation that we're doing is going to just it's gonna be going up. It's gonna be like multiplied times 2 times 10. It's gonna go up from here. The only way from here is up with us, and
Like
you guys are
Superman.
gonna like Superman exactly to keep with the
Up
Superman
and
theme.
away.
That's exactly how it's gonna be. So I
Well,
appreciate you guys that have been enjoying it up to
and
this
thank you.
point.
Yeah, thank you for your support, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Yes, we do. And well,
Go
one
out
last thing
there
to leave
and
with you guys.
amplify your
Amplify your
message.
message.
Thank you
All
guys.
right,
Have a
bye.
fantastic week, and God bless you all.
Have a good week. God bless you. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye, you
Bye bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.